Alright, so time to go over my Master League draft battles with Woufski. These were actually a couple days ago, so hopefully I remember a lot of what was going through my head. You can see our teams here. She's Giratina Origin. I'm so jealous. I love Giratina Origin in Master League. It's so much fun to use, and my team actually isn't so great against it, other than Tyranitar. So a lot of what I was doing here was trying to make sure that I would get it lined up that way. I thought she would probably expect that I would lead Tyranitar to try to catch her if she led Giratina. So I thought she'd probably end up leading Kyogre. So I went with Raikou, which works out. Now surprisingly, Raikou actually doesn't do so great against Kyogre, at least not as well as you'd think. Like, it loses no shields. But you know what, it does well enough. I'll certainly burn shield or two, so it's fine with me. Those waterfalls hit hard though, that's not the nicest. That's why I do kind of like grass does like raid counters to water better than electric, just because you get that resistance. But anyways, talking PvP. I get another wild charge off. I was really careful in practice and sims, like just looking at exactly how many shields I should use for Raikou, and like, can I rely on getting like this last wild charge off? Should I shield this? All of that kind of stuff. It's kind of a tough call. I did decide against it there. So I now burned both her shields, which is great. I need to be counting waterfalls to make sure I don't get caught by a blizzard. Get off Dragon Claw, which like, love Dragon Claw, but it's annoying to use when you've already burned their shields because it doesn't do much damage at all. Here I was pretty sure this was a Surf, and it's a Surf. Now it looks like I probably can kill her if I do a lot of damage here, so I undercharged the Dragon Claw because I wouldn't mind farming a little bit more energy, as these waterfalls do like nothing to me. So I have Tyranitar and Giratina. She probably has Giratina and Ursaring. That's what I'm thinking at this point. So she goes in with Giratina, which kind of sucks for me because I would like to have my Tyranitar against it. So what am I gonna do? Now thankfully I do have that shield still, so I can use that, but I don't like to think about what would happen if I end up with Tyranitar against Ursaring. Ursaring was a great pick for her team against mine, by the way. It probably is something that gets underestimated as like a Master League player, but I don't know, especially in a draft situation when you really need to make sure that your team can handle whatever the other team can do. Ursaring kind of wrecks close combat and play rough, like kind of has you covered. So that's what I'm thinking about here right now. It's like, oh shit, I need to make sure that Ursaring doesn't ruin my life. My Giratina does not have very much health at all. Can this Dragon Claw do anything? Yeah, a little bit, but not as much as I'd like. Like, look at this. Yeah, that's not very much. And I know that Ursaring cannot be that far from... Ooh. So that's the thing. It's like, here, now I'm feeling a little bit better because it's like, okay, she used all her energy on this play rough that wasn't necessary. But how far am I? Oh, see, and here I'm thinking, okay, shit, this is gonna be a close combat. It's over. It's done. GG. But I somehow like survived with like just a little bit, and that defense drop is exactly how I get that win. It's so close. This was so close. I'm really, really happy I got that one because I should not have in a lot of ways, but I guess that's the stat changing moves for you. So first one, wasn't happy with in terms of me making sure that I could handle Ursaring, and I think she's probably going to continue using it as she should because of how well it does against my team. So second game, I decided to lead with Raikou again. Now it's paired off against Ursaring, which is actually pretty good for me. It's not actually that bad of a matchup. I would obviously like to have some wild charges hit Kyogre, not just use them on Ursaring, but like in the grand scheme of things, again, looking at the rest of this lineup that I brought, this is like a good situation. See, okay, now I have Wild Charge on Kyogre. But of course, thinking about all that energy that the Ursaring must have at this point. So the reasoning behind the switch to Giratina is exactly that. I kind of like having Raikou against Ursaring just because I know that if I am out of shields by the time I get to Ursaring, it's not going to wreck as surely as Giratina by play rough or Tyranitar by close combat. Even though it sucks and feels dumb using these Dragon Claws to just slowly chip away at the Kyogre. Slowly but surely. This one I was pretty sure was a Blizzard because I'm counting the moves, but then it was a Surf. I think it was. I haven't been counting since I'm watching now, but usually I think I'm pretty good about countering during the battles as long as I'm not too tilted or anything. This one I knew for sure would be a Surf, so I didn't block it. Another Dragon Claw. It's like the Kyogre didn't have that much health, but I kind of just wanted to get it out of there, and I didn't want to let it. I don't know. Maybe I could have just farmed it down. Maybe I should have. I'm gonna have to look into that. And there's Giratina. Okay. So usually I don't try to just like switch it to the counter because I know she has her switch available. But I do have my shield still to take care of Ursaring. And I was able to get a bunch of bites off on the Giratina, so that did some damage. That was nice. Yeah, so I crunch the bear. Attack incoming. This is surely Shadow Ball or Ominous Wind. Not gonna do anything. Yeah, Ominous Wind. Not gonna do anything. She does get the boost. But I think I'm okay here. I mean, I say I think. I know how these battles go. I did actually block that one just because I wasn't so sure about how much the boosted one would do, and I was like, to not shield that as like a flex move, but then, I don't know, what if it was like a Dragon Pulse? I don't think I've seen her use the Shadow Ball yet. I can't remember. Maybe in the first game she did. Oh boy, okay. Well, anyways, it would suck if I got knocked out, so I was like, Peggy, don't do the flex, just shield that and get it over with here. That first game was crazy, so this one being a little nicer was good for my stress level, heart rate. I don't know. And last game, I still led with Raikou, even though I was thinking that maybe she would lead with Giratina after noticing I'd led with Raikou both times, but it is what it is. I do switch to T-Tar, which I don't know if that was the right move, but Giratina with energy lead against my Giratina altered, like that doesn't sound great. So I don't know, maybe this is okay, but it also depends on whether I anticipate her shielding here or how much. There's a close combat. See, now like I'm basically guaranteed to burn both my shields on this Ursaring, but the defense drop means that I didn't have to, so that was nice. Kyogre, not good for me, but hey, I'll do a crunch. Do some damage. And from here, I can kind of just hope that my bites do a little bit of damage to kind of wear down this Kyogre. Go back to Raikou, which I knew had some energy saved up, thankfully, so I was able to hit that Wild Charge real quick. So I'm recording this now that Volt Switch is out, and I still haven't used Volt Switch on my Raikou yet. I'm excited to try that out now that it has, like, that insane EPT, DPT that's, like, the same as Shadow Claw now, I think, except that it's 4 turns, which sounds clunky to me, but, I don't know. I'm excited to try that out, even though the Volt Switch change kind of sucks for me and finding fun 1v1s for Alolan Raichu raids, but Tier 3s don't exist anymore. Here I was feeling quite comfortable because of the fact that I don't know, just like the energy and HP situations. I'd specifically looked into these Giratina versus Giratina matchups ahead of time just to kind of see what I should try to get or what to avoid, just because, again, yes, even that Ominous Wind hits pretty hard. I don't know, I just really respect Origin form, and I'm scared of it, as I should be. So I wanted to make sure that I'd be okay. It's Kyogre. Does get me here. Kind of scary. Not super big fan of that. So the Blizzard probably wasn't necessary. But, because I think she had done a Surf. I wonder if she'd be able to get me out with another Surf on Raikou. I don't know. I'd have to look at that. She did say afterwards that at some point, I think in this game, she made a switch that she didn't mean to. I should add that after these battles, she let me know that she accidentally switched Ursaring instead of Kyogre to counter my T-Tar in that last game, and I think that would have been a lot tougher for me, because then countering Giratina would be a problem.